Welcome to WagerTalk TV. College football season is upon us. As you can tell, I'm so excited. My name is Kelly Stewart. I am joined today by Adam Trigger and the number one in all time for college football profits and number one in college football winning percentage, Mr. Dave Cokin. Don't worry, Adam. I know you're new to WagerTalk, so you've got the bar set very high. Let's talk one of the other marquee games this week. Alabama, 19.5-point favorites at Miami, total 61.5. Now, I kind of like this under. Been bet down from the opening number of 63. We're even starting to see 61s pop up over on the WagerTalk on screen. Dave, I'm going to start with you. I'm very curious to see who you like in this game.
Well, if you look at all the talent Alabama lost from last year that's now playing in the NFL, you'd say, well, they have to be down. The only problem is it's Alabama, and they don't have to rebuild ever. They just reload. Saban gets the best players in the country. He doesn't even have to recruit them. If he makes them an offer, they just, okay. I mean, why wouldn't you go there? And they're going to be loaded again. I've got them as the number one team in the country going into the season. But if you want to find anything to complain about, it said, well, maybe the cohesiveness won't quite be there with this being the first week of the season and all the new faces that are being plugged in. Miami has got their playmaking quarterback back healthy again. They've got a chance to make a real big name for themselves here. The expectations have not been met at Miami for several years now. I mean, every season we hear the same thing. This is the year the Hurricanes come back and start to become the U again, and something happens and it doesn't happen. I think that's probably going to be the case again here. I don't think they'll live up to billing. I don't think they'll win the ACC. I don't think they'll seriously challenge Clemson. But I do think they have a chance to at least be competitive in this game. That's a big number. And Miami does have a real dynamite quarterback and some pretty good personnel. I think the numbers are a little bit on the high side. Haven't gone to the window yet with this game, but I am considering taking Miami plus the points to at least keep it reasonably close. They're not going to win. That would be a tremendous upset to me. But they don't have to with this many points. They just need to hang around.
Dave, I'm with you there. I do think this is a lot of points. Adam, do you agree with Dave that maybe the line is just a little bit too high, and this is kind of maybe Miami's national championship game, so to speak?
Well, Kelly, I do agree that the line's probably a little bit too high for me to get involved. But with that being said, I texted you earlier today, and I said, man, this kind of reminds me of Alabama USC from a couple of years ago when Alabama just trashed them. I think it was 52-6, maybe. Complete blowout. I went back and looked at Alabama's last 9 openers. They've actually played a bunch of really good teams. Michigan, Virginia Tech, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Florida State, in addition to USC. And they've won all of those. They've won every single game of the 9, and they've won it by an average of 27 points. So, and I feel like every year I get to this point and say, I think Alabama's just going to blow out their opening opponent, and I never bet it. And I'm probably not going to bet it this year either. I agree with Dave. Garrett King is a special player, but I think he is vulnerable if he's kept in the pocket and has to make throws. And I don't know that I see him getting outside of the tackles and making a bunch of plays against this Alabama defense, which actually could be improved from last year. Alabama is they're way too strong for me to go against them here, but the number is probably too big for me to get involved. If I absolutely had to, I'm going to lay the points with Bama, and because I think they probably roll again like they seem to do every year at the beginning of the season.
Thank you to Dave and Adam. Right now, you get $400 off either guy's season-long package for NFL and college football over at WagerTalk.com.